A requiem is defined as a musical composition setting parts of a requiem mass or of a similar character. Musicians often take many years to compose their music. In that time, their music may change, it improves, or overall changes to become something new that wasn't intended before. To me, this sounds just like an author who's trying to make a great character but ends up making a timeless one. That author being Hirohiko Araki's Giorno Giovanna. Why do I say this? Why do I think Giorno is one of the best written characters Araki's ever written? Well, I think it comes down to what Araki based Giorno off of, that being classic movies with gangsters in them. Prime example being The Godfather. The second encounter we have with Giorno is with Popo, who is based off of Corleone, a dark and evil character who's affiliated with the mob. Without this dark and needed character, Giorno would be seen in a different light that could make him a lackluster main Joestar. Let me explain. A man like Popo who brings new evil into this world without consequences should be taken out of the picture. And how this is executed by is Giorno, a young man who just wants to make the world a better place by becoming the kingpin of the gangster world. But the only way through this world is through Popo, a Corleone-like man who should be punished, but Giorno needs to enter this world first with Popo's help. Giorno's and Popo's stand battle was the first major battle in part 5. It sets up a lot of the plot for future fights, but more importantly shows Giorno's character. He can bring things to life with just a touch of his finger to save people, and he saves Koichi, who he barely knows and he stole from. Yes, I said stole from. I didn't say Giorno was a good guy, but a great guy. Moving on. Popo's stand shows what he truly is, a man who is dark and evil and needs people to join the gang to make his shadow larger as well as the gang to become stronger. These two have a pretty epic stand battle with both of them using their stands incredibly well. Even though Popo uses an automatic stand, the fight is overall pretty good. But to me, and I hope you as well, it shows how Giorno will cut the roots of evil by killing Popo. Unlike many other Joestars, when they fight minor villains they usually let them live. Overall, this first part shows Giorno as a character who will kill evil to better help the world and achieve his goal. Araki writes many of these characters like this, them being noble, good-hearted, with a goal in mind, but Giorno's a little bit different. He's a gangster, and many associate that job to be evil, but Giorno's good. He's not bad, and that makes him special. Araki kind of implies to the reader and anime watchers that this JoJo is different from all the rest, which really doesn't come that often. With Giorno's mindset being one of his key factors and his off-screen origins being huge in his character, what also entails him being a Requiem in Araki's story is, well, we have to look at the battle with Chocolata and the progression leading to it. After joining the gang, Giorno basically has to earn the respect of the whole team, even though one of them hates him. But nevertheless, this tall mountain Giorno has to climb is not him gaining new friends, but the trust of him metaphorically climbing the ranks of the gang hierarchy. Each team member represents the levels of a hierarchy. When Giorno gains all of them under his banner, he's ready to fight. But the last thing he has to fight is the top elite. No one in the team really reps that top 1%, and no, Bucciolati does not count. So that entails Giorno's fight with Chocolata is, well, one of his final steps to become the boss. Chocolata represents the people that shouldn't be in power but are because, well, why let them be on their own side and be the enemy to you when they can fight on your side and kill the enemy for you? Kind of smart to be totally honest. This part's totally unscripted, but I just, had the thought that Chocolata and Kira share a lot of similarities with each other. Both are murderers, both like to kill people, and have a fetish for it, kind of. It's really weird. I just kind of thought about that in post-production. So moving on. Their short but epic battle shows how Giorno is not just some basic anime boy with superpowers who just needs to save the world, but he's a dude with a goal in mind. Chocolata's in the way. Plus he's a monster that kills like 100 plus people by the time the story starts, and he's a murderer. Like, he needs to be killed. Like, Jesus Christ. The 7-page mood of him, like, oh boy. But nevertheless, the whole fight shows the group trusting Giorno, making him the leader. Everybody just kind of follows him. If you say that's bad writing, no. I think Giorno kind of deserves this. He went from the rookie, seeing no one else's stands, to being the leader and seeing everybody's stands. Except for one person, because Zabakia was just an ass. But he was a good ass. He had a pretty good ass. But all in all, this fight to beat a devil shows how Giorno went from a noob to a boss real quick. And now really thinking about it, I don't think any JoJo Pro Tag had this character plot and power up build up. This dude went from never punching a person with a stand to a 7-page Muda. That's pretty cool. And now, kind of thinking about it, I think the only character that kind of had this progression would be Johnny Joestar. He shares a lot of traits with Giorno that have been improved over the years with Araki's writing. Makes you think, right? Because right after this, the massive experiment called Part 6 happened, which, was extremely experimental, look into some, interviews. So you could tell that part 5 was a jumping off point for Araki's best part, or had some similarities to it. After Giorno killed Chocolate in the best way possible, the 7-page Muda means there's one more step, fighting the King Crimson Diavolo for the Requiem arrow. Now this is one hell of a fight. Now is that not dope? Damn, I love this battle with King Crimson and Gold Experience Requiem. Oh shit. Okay, jokes aside, the fight between Giorno and King Crimson is a really good one, and the current time I'm recording this, it's going to be in the anime soon, so I don't want to spoil it. So we're just going to skip on to GER, because everyone in the JoJo community knows this. Like, if you're showing a part 1, you've probably heard about it. Like, it's kind of a topic not a lot of people talk about, because, you know, it's kind of a flame war. But I'm going to talk about it. So, the elephant in the room, Gold Experience Requiem. Did it ruin Giorno and the plot of the story? No, not really. Did Gold Experience Requiem need to be that powerful? No. It's honestly busted beyond belief. All that Gold Experience Requiem honestly needed was like a rewind time by a few seconds like ability, or something along the lines of that to, you know, beat Diavolo. To be honest, that even sounds OP, but I think the main reason why Araki added Gold Experience Requiem was for the duality. You see, Gold Experience Requiem holds a lot of meaning to it. Like all JoJo heroes and villains stands do with each other, they share a duality. Now, I'm not going to explain each and every one for you, but I will for GER and King Crimson. One skips over time, one rewinds to 0. It's pretty simple. Now, think about it. One goes forward, the other goes back. I think you get the idea, right? Well, that's the end of the video. Sorry this one took a little bit longer than usual. I just had a lot of stuff to do. Work, being a teenager, and other things. So, like, subscribe. See you in the next one, ladies and gentlemen.